happening? Welcome back, guys, to What's Wrong with These Kids, episode 15. And we have Matt back on again. Logan's back. The boys are all together. And we're here to talk We are here to talk about lies and deception. And we were discussing this a little earlier, so I'm sure Matt has similar stories, but I think of my kids and giving me the most bogus lies that are so easily verifiable that they're happening. And I don't get it. Like, we were driving
I've
home.
literally seen clips you put on Instagram when they are like, no, I'm not doing this. Like,
Yeah.
yes, I'm watching you do this.
We were driving home, and I hear Zeke's seatbelt click like he's opened it. And I go, did you just unclick your seatbelt? No, sir. And I turn around, and his
At least
seatbelt's
you
off.
said no, sir. That's
Yeah, he
that's
did.
good.
He did.
Yeah.
He goes, no, sir. And I look, and I go, your seatbelt is definitely off. He goes, oh, sorry. And he went to click it back on. And I'm like,
Oh
like
yeah, my
Elijah.
bad. You caught me.
I mean, I could just turn around and look. So, but we were just talking about that kids lie, and it's not something you have to teach kids. Some are better than others. I'm a pastor, so I'm a professional liar. So I've got a little bit of practice there. I'm also, What?
I was like, I went to legal classes. I was also trained in lying.
I'm an artist, so
So we're going to tell lies, and there's all kinds of different categories. We've got several that we've discussed talking about, and we're going to kick it off with lies that are told just to be mean, because we don't have a whole lot of those stories, but we do have some. And so I just want to share one of us when you're in high school. Matt, I don't know if you remember this, but do you remember who we sat with at lunch inside the cafeteria? It was you, Matt
Not
West.
me, because I wasn't invited, but whatever.
This is like freshman year. It was you, Matt West. It was Matt Bonnet, Matt
Yeah.
Greetham. Now, we usually say no last names, but I need to differentiate between them.
there's a lot of them, yeah.
Oh, but Matt Bonnet would appreciate that, because he was like, yeah, I haven't talked to them in so long.
So we're sitting at lunch, and what's his name? I can't remember his name now. It's eluding
You
me.
should write this stuff down, CJ.
I should have. Anyways, his name was
This is
Sidney.
super good
Sydney.
for podcast.
Sidney. He was a new kid. He was new to the area, new to town, and he walks up to our table and he goes, "Hey guys, what's going on? I'd like to sit at your table. What are your names?"
Was
And
it
you
Matthew McConaughey?
No, you said Matt, and Matt said Matt, and Matt said Matt, and I said, and I'm Matt. Is your name Matt? And he said no. And I said, then I guess this ain't your table. And told him to keep on
Wow.
moving.
I totally forgot about that. Yeah, I do remember that because I remember looking at you like, what?
I didn't typically act that way. I don't know why in that moment I thought, I don't like you. I don't want to sit next to you. I want you to move on. But yeah, so I said my name was Matt. Well, this is the table of Matts.
Yep.
Your name's not Matt, so
We're all
why don't you walk
Christians, by the way.
Yeah.
Wow.
Listen,
Is that
now,
your first experience bullying somebody, CJ?
so now as a Christian, I would not do that. And also, if I saw one of my youth doing that, I would probably punch him in the side of the head and go,
Well, that was
"Seriously?"
like, what's his name? Ryan with a B. And
Yes.
you let him do that. I'm getting bullied by a kid that's like 10 years younger than me. And I'm like, hey, what's your name? He's like, it's Ryan with a B. And I'm like, no, Ryan? He's like, no, Ryan with a B. And I'm like, nah, I don't understand what you're saying. Is it Ryan or is it Brian? And CJ's cracking up, and I'm like, I'm gonna punch this little kid in the head. Like, we were trying to get everybody on a bus to go to like a ski trip or something, and I'm like, I straight up am going to murder this child.
Yes,
I
Ryan
don't
with
know
a B.
what his name is. Is it Ryan or is it Brian? I have no idea. It was the best prank in the world. But I'm like, you know what though? But seriously, what is your name?
Yes, good old Ryan with a B. I won't tell you what his name. I'm
what
not
is it?
telling you. I'm not
Honestly,
telling you.
what is
I'm
it?
not. I'm not telling you. I want you to agonize over this forever. You'll never know. You'll never know.
Find you, Ryan with a B. Family, Highlander, everyone.
So Matt, you were saying too that you had one that is pretty common to brothers and their sisters.
Yeah.
What was one you were going to share?
So we mentioned last week, but I'm one of 7, but I have one younger than me, so I'm number
Yes.
6.
So you can only
It's-
pick on one of them.
Yeah, she was the only one that
Oh,
the only one I was
Holly
smart enough to.
younger one than you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was trying
Yeah.
to figure out the order of
Yeah,
person.
she's-
yeah,
she's the
Katie.
youngest.
Oh yeah, Katie. Okay.
So I would try to, take out some of it because I got picked on a little bit from my older brothers, but onto her, especially when we were really little, like little things like stealing money from her. Saying,
Yeah, I would pick on you.
Little
for
things like
stealing
theft.
money.
Yeah.
little things like that. Well, like she would have a quarter or like a a dime, and I had a nickel, and it was bigger, so I would trade out. I mean, it's super
It's
petty,
funny.
but I'm like,
Yeah,
yes,
Thanks always pick
Stole,
on
like,
me for
40 cents.
committing robbery.
But the big one was also realizing like it's not really lying. Well, it was, but saying she messed everything
I'm
up.
watching your eyes, just like, oh wait, I am doing a lot of weird things. I remember going to your brother Peter's and Dan's place where we were not allowed in their room, and we're like, "Whoa, if we don't step foot in your room,"
No.
and you would hold
we were
our
discussing
hand.
this.
and
We were
we would
discussing this.
Yeah,
It
hold
wasn't.
her
It wasn't Dan's room. It was
Pete.
only Pete's room. Dan didn't
Pete's
care.
room.
Couldn't care.
because we want to look at a little McLaren
Yep.
toy he
Whatever
had.
it was. Whatever it
Those
was.
little
yeah.
models, yeah. Reach in, look. But with Holly, no, we would joke with her about her being adopted or like really trying to make her believe
We
it.
did that to
stuff with everything.
Stephanie.
Yeah.
Don't worry,
we
we
did.
did it to our
We
sister
did.
too.
We did to Stephanie too. We used to tell her she was raised by wolves. Not that she was adopted. She was raised by wolves. And when she would tell
No,
us,
that was
that-
you. I said she was adopted. You said she was raised by wolves.
so we would tell her that, and she would go, "No, I'm not." And I would say, "You have long hair. Why do you think you have long hair? Because you were raised by wolves."
And
And,
she
uh,
was so young, she would be like, "Well, that makes a lot of
That
sense."
makes sense.
Yeah, yeah.
Also, why I like mayonnaise. Yeah.
And I would go, "Listen, do we have any pictures of you as a baby? We
Is
don't."
that why she's a vegetarian now?
Wolves
she
are not
won't eat her own
vegetarians.
kind.
Wolves aren't. It was last time you ate wolf.
No, I
you
think
know?
she just didn't want to eat her own kind or anything.
So, anyways, but we would tell her that we didn't have a picture of her as a baby, and she would go, "That one." I go, "Nope, that's a fake picture we put in there. That's not you
Yeah,
as
I
a baby."
photoshopped that before Photoshop was a thing.
So those were some that were told just be mean. I've been told that me sneaking my way to Portugal was also me being mean. So I need to bring the details of this story to the forefront.
Mhm.
Okay.
Even Dad was upset about that.
Okay,
when
let
we
me
found
let
out.
me. I'm gonna be 100%. I'll be 100%. Okay, I'll be honest here.
All right, guys, everyone, clear your schedule. She's about to be 100%.
Not okay. I hate you both. All right. So our dad was stationed in Spain for 2 years. The first year, all three of us went out to see Dad. The next year was a very rough year for you and me. You don't remember this. You don't care. Like
First of all, the first year you broke my thumb.
we're going over
I-
this.
Okay.
Deserved it.
God, you deserved it.
Dad, blow past that part. So the
but no,
second year was a rough year for
it
us
was a rough
when
year.
you
It really
broke
was.
my thumb.
No, listen. It was. I was
Listen, Linda.
7th grade, whatever, and in that brain dead phase. But you and I were fighting like every day. Every day we were like physically fighting. It wasn't
I
good.
just loved my brother, and he would
What
never
year was
give
this?
me affection.
It'd be 97. It was 7th grade. It was our 7th grade year. So it was after our 7th grade
I
year.
loved my brother. He would never give me affection. He always hated me.
Yeah, Logan gave me hugs with chains and knives and punches. That's how Logan gave me affection. So, but there was this
Never
that was going
happened.
on.
Fake
And
news. Fake
in that-
news.
and in that time too, I was also going through a period where I was struggling with
You went. You had your period. Oh, that's.
here. So,
Yeah.
anyways, jerk face. This is why I don't hang out with you. Anyways, but you had several times where it was just you and Dad, where you guys had you had gone out there to stay with them, like because you had to get like dental surgery and stuff, and so you would stay for like a week with them. And Stephanie would have one-on-one time with Dad too, and I wasn't getting any one-on-one time. And so I did manipulate you and Stephanie and Dad to allow me to have one-on-one time with Dad. So I went out there for a summer, which is probably good for all of us. It was probably good for all of us for me to have a break from you.
How did you manage to do? I'm kind of blown away that you were able to do
No,
that.
the whole dental surgery. No, I just literally had this on Friday. No, it was shots in my gums, and when they took out like the things from when I broke my jaw, and I have like titanium in my face now.
You're
They
basically
just
Terminator.
did that. And I did the same thing as a 33-year-old now, where I'm like, and they're like, hey, wait, oh, is this gonna hurt? I'm like, yeah, it hurts a lot. Like,
Okay.
you're putting a
Okay,
needle
pansy.
into my teeth or through my teeth into my gums. I'm like, okay. But you did it like 6 times on both sides. I'm like, yeah, no, it's not comfortable. I don't want that.
So, anyways, the whole Portugal thing.
Anyways.
Anyways, no one cares. No one cares about you and you're falling out of a tree on your face. That's your own deal. But
I'm
yes,
good at
so
climbing trees, not good at getting down trees.
so seventh grade CJ was able to convince Dad, you, and Stephanie to let me go, just me, to Portugal for a
Hey,
summer.
you
For this
listen to
week.
this, right? This
It
is the
was
past
deception. It was
pointing at
deception.
him on my screen.
I'll
you.
take it. I'll take it. It was deception. It
There
was.
you go. That's pretty
But
impressive.
I
Conniving.
was okay.
Some
I
would say.
was contemplating moving to Spain before that summer, like moving
Oh,
with Dad.
really?
Yep.
That would have been a little different. Well, no, I still hate you, but it would have been a little different of a story.
Yeah.
That was a long
So that
time
was
ago.
it was a long time ago,
There you
but it always seems to come up all the time. All the time.
Oh yeah,
My
no, I said I have power to put you on a no-fly list, and I will pay for anybody else that wants to go to Portugal.
At
They
no
want to go
point, at no
visit.
point do I get
I'm
credit
like,
for
even if
anything
CJ
nice
pays
that
for
I've
his own
ever
flight,
done
he's
for
gonna
you and
get stopped.
Stephanie. No point do I get credit for nice things. All y'all want to remember is that one summer that I tricked y'all out of going to Spain.
Yeah.
Sure.
What about you, Logan?
Oh,
Have
I've
you ever-
never done anything.
You never, you've never
No,
lied
no.
to be mean.
Nope,
You said I
never.
was pretty.
See, Logan is
No, guys, that is a lie. You are beautiful.
okay. So let's move on to our next category: lies that we told to prevent being embarrassed. Now they didn't really work. Let's be honest. Usually they didn't really work. So
Well, here's an easy. The wind blew it over.
well, see, I have that one for you not getting in trouble, but by all means, share that story. The wind blew it over.
Okay, so another Matt, Matt Griffin, and
No
I.
last names.
Matt G.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Let's bleep that out. We were standing on the balcony on our front porch, and it fell off because, yeah,
The
no, that's
porch?
not- yeah. Remember in the front area, right outside the front door, we
Oh,
were standing
right.
on one of those, and it broke off. And then we're like, oh, how do we figure this out real quick? And then my mom came out, and we're like, yeah, the wind blew it over. She's like,
Yes.
really? The wind blew it over? The wind blew that over, but didn't blow you guys over. Like, yes.
Yes.
That's
It blew out this section of railing, not
Yeah.
all the railing, just this section. The
That's
wind blew it
more
over.
aerodynamic than a human body. We're like, yep, yeah, yep. That's exactly what happened.
And then she said, "Matt, go get your dad."
Go get your
And-
dad.
and so he went and got his dad, who
He
thought
he
that mom was
gonna
going to sue him.
get sued.
Yeah, thought mom was going to sue him. And she's like, "No, I just can't fix this.
Yeah,
I need you to
because
fix
your
this."
mom raising the OG3. Like, no, I don't. Yeah, no, I don't own a hammer or nails. Like, I need you to
I
come
need
over.
you to fix this, or whatever. So yeah, so that was one that was to avoid embarrassment or get in trouble. I remember when Rodica was watching us, and this was
I
in
was
the old
about to
house.
bring up a Radica story.
So
Keep going.
Rodica, old house. So this was I was younger than 5, maybe just turned 5, but real close there. It was before kindergarten because we moved.
If you were younger than 5, then was Stephanie even born?
I don't know. She may have, it was I was young, but I remember seeing a ballpoint pen and thinking, I wonder what happened. Like, so you have the point part and you have the hole where the ink goes in, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I remember thinking, what would happen
Oh,
if
that
I
would have been
used-
mom's. Yeah.
if I use this like a straw and I just went
You stuck.
and
You're so stupid. That's
Oh wait, it
funny.
gets better. It gets better. It really gets better. So I do this. I suck all this ink in my mouth.
And we wonder.
Oh, I
I
haven't
really
got.
cannot wait
have-
to see what
haven't-
happens to your children.
Listen, I haven't even gotten to the live deception part because I remember Roddick coming over and going, "What happened?" And my response was,
Nothing.
I bit into a GI Joe, and this happened. Like for some reason, biting into a GI Joe was
He's
a
like,
better
"Yeah,
alternative
yeah,
than
okay."
sucking a bit.
You know what? That actually sounds. I don't feel bad about me slipping on a slide and biting through my lips now.
know, it was not my finest moments. To avoid being embarrassed, I said that I bit into a GI Joe, and that caused all this black stuff to be in my mouth. That was
You
definitely
know what? What would you do, Matt? As a like, say you were babysitting, or what if your kid came up to you and had that exact response? You'd be like,
Probably the same one I'm having now.
like, obviously that's not what happened. Do we need to go to hospital? I don't know what.
Drink this.
Here's orange
Uh,
juice. Let me get your mother,
Yes,
because
that's
I don't
probably
know what to do with
Google if this is toxic.
that.
So yes, so that was one that I did. Matt, you said you had one too?
Yeah, actually, there's a lot, but the one that I was probably the most embarrassed, I think, I don't want to say ever, but it was pretty close. It was up there. But when I was younger, going to school, the bus stop was in another neighborhood, so we had to walk all the way over to it.
Oh,
But
right, yeah, you
my
guys were
stomach
on
wasn't feeling too good.
third or something like that, right?
Yeah, Suburban Heights. And so we were walking over, and I'm like, gosh, my tummy's not feeling good. But I'm like trying to suck it up and be okay because I had stayed home a couple times. And so I'm like, I really got to go to school.
Now, were you
And,
staying home because of a legitimate reason, or because you're like, I just want to go to school?
It was both. I probably could
Now,
have gone
CJ,
to
don't
school.
give him crap because you did that constantly.
Ooh, that's true. We'll come back to that.
Yeah, well,
I'm
yeah,
writing it
me too.
down.
And then, so we got to the bus stop. I was sitting there. I'm like, okay. I'm like, that's when like I realized something was wrong. Like, this is not going to end well. And I thought it. Have you ever tried to go like a toot or a fart and then?
Yes.
What?
I'm sorry. I have kids, and so that's why I normally say is a toot.
Are you
Two-turn fart?
Yeah.
a toot or a farts? Yes, we have done that deed.
Oh,
where
So I thought I would
Two-turn
relieve a
fart.
little
I'm like,
bit, and
how
so I
do you
tried that.
two-turn a fart? A toot or a fart? Okay, I got you.
yes.
Yeah,
I was like, okay.
yeah. So a lot more came out, and
Okay, a lot more came out. Thank you for that picture. Not like a.
like I could feel it on my feet.
Okay, I will say I've never done this before because
You've never done
I
this
know
before?
my girlfriend listens to this podcast, and I'm not married yet. So
Yeah, good call,
Listen,
good call.
Listen,
But my
I
lie was-
remember I remember doing that, and this is worse.
no, this happened to me. Okay,
Yeah, just say yeah.
sorry.
Just,
like 2 days ago.
okay, that was more recent than I would have thought, but that works.
I was also sick.
Yes, I remember I did that.
And
one
I'm also on a liquid diet.
I did
I
that one
can't chew.
time in my 20s, and I also was very sick, and then it happens. But no, but I remember when I was like in late elementary school, and I was farting. I remember how funny I thought it was that I was farting, but also I was wearing shorts with
Why
no
do you think
underwear.
it's that funny?
Listen, I don't know why. I'm wearing shorts with no underwear. Okay.
Okay, also, we'll come back to that.
I don't know why.
Bruce,
They were like athletic shorts, so I felt squishy. I don't know. Anyways, so I let a fart,
Speaking of squishy,
so I let a fart go, and it was like an explosion all over the back of the face.
explosion! Wow, that is graphic.
Listen, Matt, we've all been there, buddy.
Yeah.
We've all been there.
Well, the thing is, somebody looked at me like, "You okay?" It's like, Yeah, I'm tired. I'm going home. So I just started like just walking backwards because I can
In an
feel it down my
awkward
legs.
manner. Like, why does Matt walk that way? That's awkward.
Yeah.
Like,
So
why
I
does he keep his butt cheeks so clenched?
just waddled on home. Everybody
Yeah.
could see.
Walking like the penguin. Oh, maybe he's into.
Oh man.
So it didn't.
Yeah.
It didn't work. No one believed me.
Now
but-
I remember I did that once. It was when CJ, you and I lived in the same room, and I was going to a sorority party at Farrah's,
Okay.
and
This is
I
post Pensacola.
post Pensacola, yes, post and pre Pensacola.
In the Pensacola sandwich. It was the meat of the Pensacola sandwich.
On like 13th Street, about to turn on 8th to go to wherever it was. I can't remember. Or no, it was 34th to 8th to 13th, whatever. And then I'm like try to like pinch one off, and I realized, oh no, that was more than I meant to take off. I had to go to a Walmart because I'm about to go to a sorority party, and I'm like 18 years old, and I'm like, oh no, that's not good. So I go to the Walmart on 34th, I think it was, and bought new shorts, boxers, and just threw all my shit in a dumpster. Sorry, I didn't mean to cuss. Threw all my other clothes in a dumpster and then changed. And they're like, "Wait, what?" I'm like, "No, I'm paying. I'm wearing them, and I'm paying for them at the same time." And they're like, "Oh yeah," I'm just like handing them like the tags. I'm like, "Scan this, and then here's the card." And then I'm going, you're like, "What? Where?" No, actually, I didn't throw them in I just threw them in the trash can in the bathroom. Yeah, it's even worse.
Yeah, these are done. We're
But
done
I
with
was
these.
like, "Oh yeah," and also here's you know, like a scan for like baby wipes because you know, uh, yeah, that was the lowest part of my life, I think, and I broke my jaw like
Yeah.
a couple of weeks ago. And
Yeah.
that
That's
was
pretty embarrassing.
Would you have to buy emergency pants and baby wipes as an adult? That's rough.
we actually know what happened. Don't worry about it. Like, we have a protocol.
Happens
for
all the
this.
time.
Do you remember?
Yeah.
Do you remember on Bert Kreischer's stand up where he was talking about his dad pooping his pants and his mom was like snapped into action and he's like, "Does this happen often? Like you have this battle plan in place for this? Is you call this like a code brown? Like what? Why are you like?" She knew
Code
I
Brown,
need-
that's good.
I need size 38 pants. I need these kind of underwear. You know, it was just I remember that one being funny. Oh
Yeah,
man.
was my mom. I went up and bought 2 packets of gumballs, like
Mhm.
just a whole bunch of them. And my mom's like, "Don't swallow these." I was like, "Okay, whatever."
Yeah, of course. I know what's happening. You're gonna
So-
swallow them all immediately, right?
In one evening, I ate every single one of these gumballs. It's 2 like those big bags. I ate and swallowed them all. And my mom's like, "Where'd all these go?" I didn't want them. I threw them away. She's like,
That's
When
my
I threw
mom
up
came
everywhere,
over.
She saw
my-
them all. Somebody
Yeah,
lied in
I
last
knew.
month.
I knew where that was. Yeah, my mom came over, one day after I leave the hospital for breaking my jaw because she's over here, and I'm like, oh well, I'm just gonna suck on like some Jolly Ranchers, and every single time I put one in, she's like, don't chew it. And I'm like, I'm not gonna chew it, Mom. But I'm like, now I kind of want to.
So you swallowed all the gum and then it made a return visit, didn't it?
Yeah, well, I threw up about 12 times down the hallway.
Yeah,
to
he's
the bathroom.
pulling out the strings of poop and,
You
gum
can see
to
every
this day.
single gumball.
All
the
of his
worst part-
kids are coming out like, what?
Well, my mom ran up the stairs because she heard me, and she just slid right through it all. It fell. So I I did lie, and she got the worst of that. But well, I don't know. It was pretty bad, but yeah, that was another. As
I
we were
remember
talking.
CJ tell me if I swallowed watermelon seeds that a watermelon would grow inside of me, and I freaked out for a good like year and a half. I'm like, oh, when is it gonna come out? I think
Right.
that was a Magic School Bus thing too. He always did that, and I'm like, well, I gotta take CJ's word as like it's gotta be true.
It's gotta be true.
Yeah. That's probably Matt, you and your brother. You probably had the
Oh,
same
yeah.
thing. You're like, oh yeah, definitely, it's gonna happen. And I was just freaking out from where this watermelon's coming out.
The whole thing. Yeah. It's gonna be painful.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah. Oh, is it gonna come out of my belly button? Is it gonna come out like my butt? Where's it gonna come out? CJ, you are the worst.
Hi, this podcast is brought to you by me, Logan, and also my brother CJ. But if you would like to plug your business or make one of us read something out loud for whatever reason, head over to patreon.com/wwwtk. Then you can see videos of our podcasts and call me out on the internet about how my hairline is receding. Also, I can afford a better microphone so my voice doesn't sound like crap.
So, Matt, as we were talking, I was reminded of another deception story that you may not remember. And I was reminded because I recently went to Waldo Flea Market with my kids to take them treasure hunting.
And they
And
have
I-
no police now because they screwed themselves. Did you guys see that?
Yes,
Yeah,
I
I
did
did.
see that. So, Matt, tell me about the time that you decided to use your dad's heckling skills to heckling.
I do. Story.
Hold on.
Were you-
You have to start because I have a couple, but I don't remember. There was a. It wasn't at the
There
flea
was
market.
one when you're
wherever you were
lad.
negotiating. Maybe it was a garage sale. Maybe it was a garage sale that you were negotiating at.
Yeah. I think you were a wee lad, and your father just told you.
Oh yeah.
About
Yeah. That was awesome. So we were going to garage sales, and he's like, "Never pay what they're asking." I was like, "Okay, how do you just not say no?" And he's like, "No. He's like, "You just counter offer. So if it's like $10, you like say, well, how about $8?" So anyways, so I was all ready. We went in, and I saw this game that I really wanted, Battletoads, one of the greatest games I played all the time. Yeah, Battletoads, and I was like, "What? This is amazing!" And they wanted like, I think it was like $8 or something like that, and so I said, I almost gave the money right away. I'm like, wait a second, okay, well, can you do any less? He's like, sure. What what would you want? Maybe make me an offer. And I was like, all I have is a $5 bill.
7-year-old.
And he's like, look at me, I am a kid. And he's like, okay, since all you have is $5, I'll take it. So I pull out all my money, which is like probably $20, and then counted out $5 ones and then handed it to him. And so
No,
knew
did
that
you hand them a
already
big bill
had
and they had to
all
do
this money.
change?
no, I just pulled it out, and so I was able to count through it. Oh no, you're right.
You
Yeah,
said I
no,
only
I
have
think what
$5 and you handed him a
you
10 or
had-
something.
I handed him a 10, and then I handed him enough to pay for what he asked for. And then so he pulled out. He was the one that pulled out and gave me. I don't know what he looked at, but I turned around, my dad yelling across the entire. It worked, Dad.
Oh my god. Yeah, I remember the story because I know you had more to cover
Yeah.
what happened.
Like, how can I buy more stuff?
He's like, yeah, I think you said like I only have 7,
Yeah.
and you pulled out 10, and he's like, what?
So let's move on to
But
the next
you're a
cat.
little child, so
Yeah.
like, yeah, it's fine.
Let's move on to our next section, lies to get us out of trouble. And so, Logan, I'll let you start with explaining who Flash was when you were growing up.
Okay, Flash is a real person. Just okay. Flash is my it was my imaginary friend. I don't remember using him exclusively to get me out of trouble.
It was not only your imaginary friend, your imaginary identical twin.
Identical twin, yes. But there was a lot of times it was like, "Hey, who broke this?" And I'm like, "Flash." Totally got away with that one. Yeah, suck it, Flash. Yeah, yell at this, and it'd be like, okay, so what? And I'm like, oh yeah, no, it was my this other guy. He looks exactly like me. And oh, Logan, who wrote Stephanie sucks at your eye height?
Yes.
I'm like, Flash. That was Flash. That was
Which I was gonna say I had that on here. That mom used to always know which one of us wrote on the walls, and she didn't tell us
because
until
of
we were grown
how
up.
I was written.
Yeah, she would look
like,
at it. She would go, "Where
Logan,
was the
who
height?"
wrote a bunch of cuss words at your arm length? I'm
Yeah.
like, wasn't me. He's like, who was it? It must have been Flash. I don't know. Wasn't me. She's like, okay. Who broke my ceramic chair thing and then wrote the F word on the bottom? Not me. It was Flash.
The F is for Flash.
So,
Yes, the F is for Flash.
Matt, you had another story of you avoiding getting in trouble, and being
Yeah.
the younger brother has its advantages.
It did because this is when I was the shortest also. So in my house, my mom had this collection of plates that was given to her. So it's like I had been like 100 of them. They're these blue collectible plates, and
Yep.
they're hanging
CJ, you
all
remember
around.
those, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I remember them.
And so we'd always look at them and stuff like that. Well, one day I had this marble, and I was like, "Oh, this is awesome!" And I dropped it. No, yeah, they're China plates. But I had a round marble that I was bouncing off the floor, and so I was like, "I wonder if I could hit the roof with this." So I threw it as hard as I could at the ground. It bounced up, hit the plate, and made like a pizza shape cut at the top left corner.
Yeah,
And then that shape just falls and lands on top of the door frame.
Door jam. Yeah.
The door jam. So it just stayed right there. And I'm like, I smiled because there's no way I could put it up there. I was too short. Even with the chair, I couldn't put it up there. And so I was like, I just laughed and walked off.
You know what? I would blame Peter and Dan because they would take the handle
Yeah.
out of the TV when we were trying to watch TV. I'm like, you know what?
Well, I knew my dad would blame one of them. So later that day, when everybody got, I don't know what time of day, it might have been at 9, I'm not sure. I walk out and my dad's yelling at Dan, and because he's like, and Dan's like, I don't know what you're talking about. And he's like, there's no way Matt did this, or Katie, or Holly. They're too small.
He just took a ladder and put that up there.
He's like, somebody clearly broke it and then set it up there. And I'm like, no, complete accent. But I just didn't laugh this time. I just smiled and walked back to my room.
Hey, but you know what? F Dan, because I remember you, me, and CJ watching TV, and he just pulled the plug out of the TV.
Yeah.
And he turned it to the static channel and then pulled it out and then walked.
And we couldn't.
away.
Yeah, we're like, yeah.
We had to go get pliers to try to change the channel.
Well, that
Yes.
time he would, every time we had these chores and he did the kitchen, he would just take all the dishes and put them in his room, and then my turn was after his. Sometimes, not all the time, but at this dictate, and he'd bring them all back out. So I'd have to watch like 2 weeks worth of dishes. And so I didn't feel any remorse.
But also, that's
for letting
brilliant.
him-
That's something I would do.
You would do more work so you didn't have to do your job. Like that. He was. I
Yeah.
mean, it took more work just
Yeah.
to take.
You remember when we would brush our teeth and I would just go in the bathroom and go, I would make this sound that it sounded like teeth being brushed because I had
Hold on. I got Ariana doing that the other day. And I was like, and she comes right out like
Let
3
me
seconds
smell
after.
your breath.
And I was like, did you brush your teeth? She's like, yeah. And I'm like, I walk in, and I see like her face turn white, and I just touch her toothbrush. I'm like, it's not even wet.
It's not even-
Amateur.
Listen, Zeke came out yesterday, and I said, "Did you brush your teeth?" And he said, "Yeah, smell my breath." And so I smelled his breath, and I couldn't
It
tell if he.
smells so bad.
No. I couldn't tell if he'd brushed his teeth or not. I really couldn't tell. And I go, "Did you brush your teeth?" no, sir. And he turned around and walked back. I'm like, I had no idea. I was just calling your bluff at this point. I couldn't tell.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
did I tell you I can smell again?
that's
I've been
good.
able to smell when I hit my head. It apparently some point of that I haven't been able to smell in like 2 decades, and then all of a sudden I can smell again, which is good and bad because now I'm smelling so much gross stuff. I'm like, oh yeah, I should probably wash these.
Like your
These
face?
socks. Yeah, that.
All right. So I want us to end on the penultimate lie and deception story. The big deal. The reason why we have Matt on this episode. Yes, we've been friends forever.
Because we got engaged. Everyone knows.
Yeah. So we picked this topic because we want to tell this story about lies that you use to get people to like you. And so, Matt, would you like me to set the stage and you to come in with the corrections, or do you want to tell the story and
Go
interject?
from your point of view, and then I'll fix it.
Okay. So the year is 1990. It is our kindergarten year.
Yeah, pre 9/11.
Pre 9/11. It's kindergarten year, and it's Matt's birthday, and we have this surprise party. And Matt doesn't know that there's a surprise party, but we surprise you at Aladdin's castle.
Wow, now he does.
So we surprise you at Aladdin's castle, and I say to you, "Hey, Matt, we're going to your house next, and you can show me your ninja room." Now, Matt had told me.
I remember this.
Matt had told me that at his house that there was a secret button under his bed that if he pushed
true.
if he pushed the button under his bed, that his secret room would open up and there was ninja weapons all in it. And so he's telling me this, and I believe him. And
I believe too. I remember this because you were telling me this story.
This
and I'm
dude's
like,
got a
oh
ninja
man, this sounds awesome.
So I tell him, I get to see your ninja room. And Matt, quick on his feet, says, "Oh, actually, I didn't clean my room, so my dad beat my bed with a bat." The bed's broken now.
I remember this story, and we bought it. And we're like, yeah, that makes sense.
My goodness, what a horrible human being would beat his son's bed with a bat. So we get to your house. And I've just resigned to the fact that I don't get to see the ninja.
I
with his butt
remember
broken.
this so vividly.
And this is the first interaction I have with your dad. And there are no less than 15 kindergartners running around his house, and he is just angry the whole time. And I go, "Oh, he does look like a guy that would beat his kid's bed with a bat."
Yeah, man, that's so
mean. And so that was how I pictured him until I was like in high school, as this angry guy. Because every time we would see him, he was tired of dealing with our garbage and had to come and like fix something we broke. But yeah, so
that's the whole reason why you chose this topic.
Yes. This is the 100% the reason. So Matt told me that he had a ninja room, and he lied to me. So Matt, you want to go ahead and fill us in on what was going on here?
Okay, first I need to set the stage as far as me explaining.
I remember so vividly. I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot because I think I even went with you, CJ, because I would want to see this ninja room, and we're like, oh. Well, we're not getting this.
Well, see, you came later. I wonder if we carried this lie for years. Like, oh, is
It lasted a long
fixed
time.
yet? Is it fixed yet? Nope, I haven't fixed the button yet. It's still broken.
I'm pretty sure it lasted a while.
Well, Matt, you even with Holly, like we had hidden rooms that would work out, and we would like mess with her.
Yeah, and through the closet.
Through the
there's a hole.
closet. Yeah.
We'll go
but
back. Yeah.
So I was like, I was like, this all adds up. This makes sense.
So Matt, share with us what was going on with you during these lines.
So in kindergarten, I would say a lot of stuff, joking, and people would believe me. instead of saying, "Oh no, I was joking," I just wouldn't say anything because I'm like, "Oh, clearly they like me because of it."
Because the
So,
secret ninja room is a hilarious joke. Continue.
well, okay, now the reason
Oh
that
no!
came about.
Everyone wants a secret ninja joke. I even talked to CJ about his secret ninja area.
The reason that came about is because now I can say this, but my dad had a gun closet
Mhm.
full of weapons, a
Yep.
bunch of weapons. So the problem was in kindergarten
He
when I was
made
talking to you about it,
Best
CJ.
Halloween costume. where he
Let
went,
Matt finish his
uh,
story. Let him finish
sorry,
his story. We will come back to his Halloween costume later.
Okay, so I went to school. I was excited because Dad showed me, and I was telling CJ about this. As I was telling you, I remembered my dad vividly saying, "You cannot tell anybody about this." Like at all. In fact, he was the reason I know this is because he was yelling at Pete because Pete told somebody. So my
Oh,
dad
Charles,
got,
didn't he?
yeah, and my dad was furious. And so as I was telling you about my dad's gun closet, I had to lie and think of on my feet, and it turned into this ninja closet. And then I had to change location because so I'm like, it's in my room, and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And so this is all going through my head as I'm talking to you, and I'm like, oh, it's a secret room that has a button behind my bed. That makes sense. So that fixed it. And I'm like, you're never gonna come over to my house, I mean, it'll be all right. But you did, and then so that's how that happened. And you kept talking about it, so I couldn't ever fix it. I'm
That's the
like,
only
yeah,
reason we were friends. That's the
I know.
only reason we were friends was because of the ninja
It worked
room.
out. It worked
Yeah,
out.
I was like totally on board. I'm like, where's this ninja button? Where's this ninja closet?
Yeah, I remember telling you too, looking in your face, saying my dad beat my face.
I was crushed. I was crushed. Like, oh my goodness.
Yeah,
I
you
was
ruined
relieved.
it.
I was like,
you
oh, he
ruined
brought-
it, Matt. Like, I thought we had something and you ruined it.
This kind of fits the lie for embarrassment too, so it all works
This is
out.
true.
But yeah,
This is true.
it was pretty bad.
All right, so I think we'll put a cap on it there.
Yeah,
That was
sounds good.
that was a good one. Hey guys, as you're listening to this, don't forget to go and check out our Facebook page and our Patreon page at patreon.com/wwwtk. Give us some support. You could even get to watch the video of what we've been doing here. It goes from poorest to richest setup. CJ, Logan, and Matt. Matt spent I think $6,000 on his studio that he's in just to hang out with us on this podcast. But you can donate there and get some cool perks. So I encourage you guys to check that out. And leave us a review on anywhere where you're listening to this. The more reviews we get, the more likely people are going to be able to get to see this. And so we would just encourage you guys to be a part of that and help us out. And that'd be great. I think I hear Zeke telling a lie. I always pick Zeke, don't I? Anyways, I think I hear Zeke telling a lie. Gotta go. See ya.